The star in Stars and Stripes, Joe Biden, the great healer of America, is on a winning streak, and he will not stop until these states are united.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify, who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States.
But there might be a small problem. Not everyone in the Democratic camp is so keen on the healing process.
I'm not saying they're not a bunch of Mitch McConnell is terrible.
Not exactly a white flag coming from the new administration. And she's not alone. Many Democrats are not very keen on smoothing things over with Trump supporters.
People who stood by Donald Trump for the last 4 years are now claiming to be offended that a Democratic campaign manager used a curse word. I don't think so.
So, if the side of Washington that's winning is already talking trash, what about the other ones, still sore from losing a second term?
Biden talks about unity and healing, but you want to know what they really think. Read how the person he wants as the next White House Deputy Chief of Staff called Republicans in Congress a bunch of
Biden campaign manager called us f***. She can try to walk back, but this says volumes about her boss who calls for unity while shouting that we are assaulting democracy. They think we're a deplorable, irredeemable f***. Sick.
Getting over these ill feelings post-election will be no easy feat. The hatred has been there for a long time, and some of them are, as she said, deplorable.
To just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. And he has lifted them up.
This has been tried before, the whole unity mantra, at least while the cameras are rolling.
Well, I will be a president for Democrats, Republicans, independents, for the struggling, the striving, the successful, for all those who vote for me and for those who don't, for all Americans together.
That's what the country needs. A sense of unity, a sense of inclusion, a respect for our institutions, our way of life, rule of law, and a respect for each other.
So we've got a new administration full of familiar faces. We've got a brand new president who used to be the vice. And at this point, we've got a new post-Trump America with many things remaining the same. And they probably won't be fixed.
What's been going on for the last 4 years, right? Well, America's been in a domestic abuse situation. You've had one side of the political party that has spent 4 years gaslighting, lying, abusing, manipulating, committing violence, looting, burning, impeaching, coming up with every fake news story they can, doing everything they can to turn the population against this president, doing everything they can to divide this country. And now that they somehow managed to, it appears, install Joe Biden as president, the calls for unity are not only hilarious, but also extremely cynical. I can assure you there's going to be no unity in this country. In fact, I've heard many people on the right saying that they're quite excited for the next 4 years to do everything the left's been doing to them over the last couple of years, but threefold. Now, that's an issue because those Republicans who would be willing to work with the other side aren't going to win many friends in the electorate, and they're not going to be very popular.